Hi everyone, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. Today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. Hopefully it's not too bad of a Mother's Day for some of you who may not have your moms or because of COVID can't see your moms. But maybe hopefully next year, it'll be a totally different story for some in that situation. But I'm with my mom and I am going to make her a Mother's Day dinner. And what I'm going to make is something that she absolutely loved, but I don't think she remembers she had it. Because she always, when I mention it, she always says, I've never had that before. I'd like to try it. I'm like, you did have it, because I made it for her one time when she came to visit me. But, so it'll be a surprise. And it's actually not an extravagant recipe or dinner. Actually, it's not even expensive. It's very cheap, actually. But, you know, we'll zhuzh it up a little bit. But it's pork belly. And I love pork belly. I don't eat it that often, but I love it. And she loved it. She doesn't remember, but anyway, I'll record it. So maybe next time I'll have the receipts for her. But anyway, I am going to, right now my pork belly is sitting in the refrigerator. I'm gonna have to pull it out so it can get to room temperature. But I let it sit in this refrigerator first with salt on top of it. Of course, I did the sectioning. I can't think of what it's called right now, but you score it. Score at the top, salt at the top, like a bit, just crust it up with salt and let it sit in the refrigerator for a few hours or overnight. And what you want to do there is you want to pull out the water so that the skin will get crisp, sorry. You want to pull out the water. You don't want it juicy. So what I'll do is, I'll follow up with the steps on what I do with the, when I take it out of the refrigerator and I take off the salt and just make sure the skin is really, really dry, because that's the secret. And pork belly is one of those things that it's either easy or it's hard. There's no in between. You can't get a in between crispy pork belly. It's either right or it's mucked up. That's it. So you have to make sure that you're on the route where the skin's got to get crispy, or you've just ruined a perfectly good piece of meat. But anyway, so hopefully you'll enjoy this recipe and video. And next year you can cook it for your mom. Okay, thank you. Before I start on the pork belly, I don't know if I mentioned what I was going to serve with the pork belly. I'm going to do a white bean puree and broccolini. Real easy, real simple. You know, like I said, we'll zhuzh it up on the plate a little bit to make it look fancy and fabulous. And that's it. So I'm excited about this for two reasons, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, like I said, pork belly is not something I eat all the time. And so this is like a really kind of a treat. And plus, because Tuesday, I'm starting a 3 or 5 day juice cleanse. I'll see where I am on day 3, but I've done it before. I can do a 1 day juice cleanse. I've done a 3 day juice cleanse. And I'm not sure if I can do a 5, but I'm gonna start that on Tuesday. So come back Tuesday, I'll have a video posted on it, but this is like kind of like my little treat meal before the juice cleanse. And I don't really juice for regularly, but I've done this before, and I particularly like, I'll tell you about the company that does it, and but they're local here and around my mom's house, and they're 100% organic, which is really, if not difficult, impossible to find 100% organic juice. That doesn't mean some of it's organic. 80% organic, 100% organic, which is really, really important, especially when you're flooding your system with juice. And if some of it has pesticides, that's what you're getting in your body. So, but I find juicing very kind of a restart to when I haven't been eating so well. And since the pandemic and the start of COVID-19, I actually, right before it started happening, I was here in my mom's house helping her because she had a procedure. I had gone back to where I live, and I'm from Chicago. I've lived in Atlanta, but I actually live in London right now. So I went back to London, and then I came back, and then because and just a couple months later, still here. But the pandemic, because of everything that's happened with the pandemic, so it just made better sense to stay here with her, because she's, don't want her to be by herself. So, but anyway, so with the juicing, I'll talk more about that on Tuesday. But I haven't been eating well. So I've been eating not bad, but a little more than I normally would eat. And so I'm just going to restart, do a whole nutritional journey. And, I'll let you know Tuesday, and we'll start Tuesday. Okay? Make sure you come back then. I think I got everything together that I need for this dinner, my Mother's Day dinner. I have some cilantro, parsley, broccolini, onions, garlic, shallots, of course the pork belly that's been scored and dried with a paper towel so there's no more moisture on there. Garlic powder, butter, some fresh thyme, salt, pepper, olive oil, chicken broth. These are handy because you don't have to open up a big carton and then throw half of it away. And then we're gonna need some Dijon, because we're gonna make a Dijon creamy mustard sauce, and cannellini beans for our white bean puree. So you're gonna line the bottom of your roasting pan with just halved just white onions cut in half, and just cut it in half, place it down. Don't even bother taking the paper off or anything, that'll keep it from burning. And then take the tops off of your garlic. Don't bother peeling or anything. And just put that at the bottom of the base of the roasting pan for the pork belly. I mix together salt, pepper, and cumin, and I'm going to rub that on both sides of the pork belly with just a little bit of olive oil. Place the pork belly skin side up on top of the onions and garlic. Bake at 350 for 2.5 hours. Then for another 25 minutes at 425. And that is going to give you a nice crispy pork belly. Then I put together the ingredients to make our white bean puree. And I will put the ingredient recipe at the bottom. This is our broccolini that I just sauteed in some olive oil, salt and pepper. Right before I'm going to serve, I'm going to grate some ginger on it, over it, and saute a little bit longer. So pork belly resting. Let's see. Yep. I think we got the crust. As you see, we have a nice, juicy, crispy pork belly. And there we have it. Plate it as you like. I love plating, so a nice presentation for Mother's Day dinner. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope my mom enjoys this meal. Please remember to click like and subscribe, and have a happy Mother's Day.